Blown by the wind, a small scattering of petals rises into the air all at once. A cheer of joy rings out as the storm of petals covers the sky in its fluttering dance. It appears the season of spring is upon us once more. Master, your beloved flowers are blooming yet again this year. Even this flower festival, once only the custom of this tiny village, now brings in people from all over to partake in the festivities. Just as you wished, this festival is bringing smiles to the faces of people from all around the world. If you could see the scene before me, I'm certain you would be beside yourself with joy. Or perhaps you are already watching from somewhere far above. Master, even now, I'm keeping my promise to you. I'm still here, keeping the dream you spoke of all those years ago alive. That day was shortly after my master and I had first met. We had passed a small village decorated with colorful flowers of all sorts, and stopped to see what was happening there. Flowers truly are strange things. Just the sight of them brings smiles to people's faces. The village was full of their lovely floral scents. Thanks to that day felt like the very image of spring itself. Master may have been the Duke, but he was having as much fun there as though he were just another member of the village. I only learned that this was called a flower festival after the festivities had ended. On our way home, my master told me, "This village is nice, isn't it? Here they grow flowers instead of crops. They say it's to bring smiles to people's faces. Someday, I want to make the entire duchy just like this village." I cannot fight like all of you, but I can at least grow flowers. If I covered this duchy with flowers, I'm sure I can bring smiles to everyone's faces. If I filled the entire world with flowers, I'm positive everyone in the whole world would smile. Just as other nations raise crops or make weapons, I want to build a nation that grows flowers. But I can just hear everyone now saying, "How do you expect us to eat off of flowers?" That sounds like a very nice dream indeed. The flowers before my eyes were incredibly beautiful. Looking at them, I felt convinced that flowers really could save the world. Please, allow me to help you make that dream come true. He gave a look of surprise at my response, but then broke into a smile. From that day forth, my master's dream became my own. If this cat 200 years have passed since then. The life my master gave me has kept my body from aging a day. The dead cannot come back to life. Resenting such a fact after all this time is pointless. So instead, I journeyed across the world. I attained vast knowledge, all to bring my master's dream to fruition. Now, the flowers he adored so much are admired by people all over the world. If you asked me if I feel grief at his absence, I do. But I am not lonely. When the flowers bloom in spring, I can still feel traces of Master. Whenever I close my eyes, I can see that gentle smile of his as clearly as ever. Even if he is no longer by my side, I can still keep a piece of him with me. That is all I need. Then, one day, something changed. How long it had lain there, or from where it had come, I knew not. But a single key sat perched in my bedroom. The moment I touched it, the knowledge of its origins flowed into my mind. This is a key of contract. In this world, there are beings called apostles, witches who have made contracts with angels, servants to the servants of God. Those who gain particularly strong power are called the Apostles of Sephirah, and are said to be granted the ability to enact a single miracle of their choosing. The power of angels is the power of God. Thus, God's law that the dead cannot come back to life must still be impossible to overturn. But what if? This may be just another trap laid by a demon, or the scheme of an angel. But the wish I should have given up on long ago blossomed in my heart once more. An angel's miracle can grant any wish, but in exchange, one must give up the very thing they treasure most. For me, what I hold most dear is obvious. I dare not even think of losing my memories of my master. It would be a fate worse than death. Using the powers of an angel, a servant of God, to defy the very laws of life ordained by their master is preposterous. There's no way it could be possible. Even if I enact a miracle, my wish cannot possibly be granted just by losing my memories of my master. It simply won't work. I know that. I know, but even still, for 200 years, I haven't forgotten a single day we spent together. I've always kept my master in my heart. How could I ever possibly give up on him? The flower festival continues on into the night. The bonfire, lit in a prayer for happiness, crackles into countless flowers of fire, each lighting up the night sky before rising to the heavens. At the dreamlike sight, I recalled the events of the previous day. Contracting with the angel was surprisingly simple. The angels must be desperate now that the demons have begun to move. Flowers may wither, but in the coming year, they will bloom anew. Even if this festival comes to an end, it shall be held again next spring. Nothing lasts forever. That is why we pass things on to the next generation, so they can repeat the cycle. That is the circle of life, a fate I, too, shall one day have to meet. A loud cheer suddenly breaks out amongst the crowd. It seems the festival has come to a close. I won't wish for my miracle just yet. There is still something I must do. But once everything is over, after that, I can finally... Even if I do forget everything between us, if I can hear how the gentle dream of that person continues, then